Hi everyone, my name is Rodney Smith. I'm here with Board Game Geek at SPIEL 2018. I've been joined by two people here. We've got Sebastian Gaspar and Caroline DeLeon. And you're from Blam.
Yeah.
And you're from, I believe, Black Rock Games? Is that right? Okay. And you brought with you a game, Nemeton?
Nemeton. Yeah.
Nemeton. Okay, well, can you give us... I'm kind of curious about the theme here.
The theme is about druids.
Druids,
so
okay.
Nemeton is a source of power for druids.
All right.
Basically.
You can say powers,
megaliths. So these are Nemetons.
Okay.
Megaliths where you can do actions. So in Nemeton you are druids and you have been called by the forest which is dying.
Okay.
And you're here to save the forest.
Are we working together then?
No, you're working together to save the forest, but there is only one person who wins.
Okay.
And be the master of the forest.
Right. And so we have our own individual boards, like these here.
Like this here.
Right.
So where you manage your resources.
Yes.
So basically, each time you will have a few things to do. At night, you've got the power of the moon. So you have different types of moons. So you've got river, you've got rocks, you've got ground.
Yes.
And you've got clear.
Right.
So each time you have one, and you add it to the forest. During the night, the moon will enlight in all directions till it finds a tile which is the same characteristic than the one you put.
Okay.
So you enlight here and here. So the moon does its power, and you have new resources that comes on it. So here what you purple one, and here what you want. Then the night is over, and the sun comes, and you enlarge the forest.
Okay.
But the first time you put your druid on the tile you put, then you just have to do two movements. At each move, and straight away. Each move, you do one action per tile. So if there is some resources, you take resources. If there is nothing, you do nothing.
Right.
And if there is a 3D element, which comes later in the game, you can do things, and you have points with these things. So mainly you move in the forest, so 1, 2, I have this.
As you move through the spaces, you collect the resources, okay.
Sorry. Then another player plays all the stamps, then you play again, and you go. If you're here on the spring, you can get animals. So to get animals, you have to feed them. So if I have a yellow and a blue, I can take these both. So
this
the snake and green, one green, and you have to take both.
Right.
So this both or this both.
Right.
And just one. If you go to a Nemeton, you can make potions.
Yes.
Potions are here. So these are the three you can do now. So the same thing you can pay to make potions, but only on Nemetons. So,
and how do the potions help us? Are they points or are they?
They are points. So potions are points. They are 5 points. And for animals, you've got a number of points.
I see here. So these are spaces for animals. As you collect them,
so you have 5 types of animals. They're all the raw, the stag.
Right, and fish here.
The fish and the snake.
Yes.
And each series of different is scoring. So if you have one, you have 1, 2, 2, 3, 4 points, 5, 6 points, and 5, 9 points of difference. And you do as many combination you want.
So do these replenish as you're playing? These
so when you turn hands, it replenish like that, and you keep on from the back. Keep from the back. You have 2 moves to do, unless you use one. You lose this.
Yes.
So this is one tile you have that you can use when you flip it.
Right, we each have 2 of these.
Each have 2 of these, When you flip it, you have one more movement.
Okay.
You can also consume a violet resource to become a bird and go to one oak.
Okay.
On the oak, you have special powers, making you able to keep one for you only.
Yes.
But you have a chance. You have -2 if you don't play it, or you can make a chance 2 against 1. Your choice.
You can swap. Okay.
You can swap.
Now it looks like we have some other
So
pieces up
at the
here.
end of your turn, if you have one of these elements, you score some over extra points. So at the end, if you have two questions of the same type, so 10 and 10 for example,
Okay.
if you have two tree scales, so each time you do a question or an animal, you get one tree scale. You have the choice to take one tree scale or reflip one of your tiles.
I see.
And the second one is it allows you to go not straight away. So you can flip it to turn instead of going
Yeah,
back.
right.
So when you do something like that, you reflect one of these, or you get one tree scale, or not and.
Yes.
So
you
if
can
you have
use
two
those
different
up
tree
here.
scales, you have
Right.
1 point. Here
Right.
you have 5 different resources, you have 1 point.
You have to spend
all
these,
the
or
animals.
you just have to have them?
No, you just have to have, but at
Okay.
the end of your turn, so you don't have.
Right.
It's not during your turn.
Right. Okay.
So then 3 animals of the same kind, 3 different potions, 2 sets of 5 animals, visiting 2 Nemetons and 2 springs.
Right.
Visiting 3 Nemeton, 3 springs, one of each type of questions.
So this kind of gives you something to work towards, I guess, while you're playing, right?
Yeah.
You're trying to think, can I have these things at the end of the turn?
Most of the points are here, but
Yes.
everybody does almost the same number of points. So
Right.
when you do something, it's important to go there to do the element. The first one takes the resource,
Right.
as the others can still score on it. And but this is the main difference you can do during the game, because you have a certain number of questions and certain number of animals you can do during your game, because the game just goes 10 or 11 turns. When you have played all your tiles, it's over,
Right.
and we count points.
Okay.
Okay,
So it sounds like it's. How long would a game typically take then? When you play?
30 minutes per player.
Okay.
Around something like that. Maybe less if you know to play, maybe a little bit more for the first part.
Yeah, and how many people can play? I know we have 2-player
Two
boards
to
out here.
four.
2 to 4 players?
2 to 4. 2, you've got a very opposition game.
Yes.
And when you have 4 players, it's very strategic, and you have to see what the other will do, because they can really quickly block you.
Right. Something you're going for, they might have taken before you get there.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Is this something that's available right now, or is it something that's coming out?
Yeah, it's available in France right now, and we are looking for exploitation with Backward Games for exploitation.
Right. You try to help get that out there into the rest of the world.
And the goal is to have worldwide distribution.
Okay, well, excellent. I hope that goes well for you. Thanks for giving us an overview of the game. And of course, to all of you, thanks for watching.
All right.